let's go back to your care recommendations. And I apologize, I forgot. Did you tell us how long you would expect Ms. Gonzalez should be in treatment?
I did. So that's all right, sir. I was suggesting 2 years of psychotherapy, and in part because Ms. Gonzalez has already expressed difficulty with bonding with a clinician whom she otherwise didn't feel that she was being judged or told dismissively not to be so concerned of her symptoms. So she's going to need to develop a trusting relationship with a clinician. I think giving that amount of time in addition to the time needed to do the work of the therapy, 2 years is a very reasonable estimate at once a week. The clinician can, of course, gauge more appropriately the level of participation and progress and modify that accordingly. The second prong would be pharmacological, which was the other prong that I mentioned earlier.
Okay. By that you mean you would recommend she continue medication during that time? Or you would refer her to a psychiatrist to evaluate that?
I would refer her to a psychiatrist who saw her more regularly than Dr. Chavez appears to have seen her. I would also recommend that she be on different medications than the ones that she was taking.
Why is that?
I don't find that the combination of Wellbutrin and Celexa together was effective, or we'd have seen better progress. And so I think replacing one of those with something more effective would have been a better choice.
Now, if let's assume Ms. Gonzalez were to get every bit of recommended treatment that you say she should get, is she going to be, in your opinion, to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty, back to the exact same person that she was before the Kaiser termination, or will she still have ongoing effects?
Cause of speculation.
Sustained.
Do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty as to whether the treatment would provide, that you've suggested would provide a cure in the sense that there's no ongoing issue?
Speculation.
Overall,
Can we read the question back, sir?
Mr. Court Reporter.
Did you say cure?
Yes.
Okay. Question, do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty as to whether the treatment that you suggested would provide a cure in the sense that there's no ongoing issue?
Thank you, sir. I believe that the dependent personality disorder will not be cured. It is an ongoing diagnosis, and so one manages it either better or less well. The issue of the dysthymia could be ameliorated or reduced significantly to non-measurable levels, as would the generalized anxiety disorder if she were to receive proper care.
How about if she never finds another job like a Kaiser job, one that gives her that role affiliation?
Cause of speculation.
Do you
Sustained.
have an opinion as to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty as to whether or not, in the absence of getting a job like a Kaiser job, one that gives her that whole affiliation need, do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty as to whether, without such a job, that's going to be such a bad question when you withdraw it. We're almost done. In terms of your opinions on the future, the prognosis, how Ms. Gonzalez is likely to do in the future, do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty about the importance or non-importance for getting another job that provides her that role identity?
I do. I think that with a dependent personality disorder, her ability to find employment that is sustainable is essential to her identity and her sense of interpersonal stability. It is necessary to her need for affiliation. But that said, that also in part is informed by the fact that most of us could also say that, because after all, most of us are identified with what we do, and her identity is rather tethered to that as well, but in a more intense way than someone without a dependent personality.